So, okay, the trip started off.
So beautiful.
Thank you so much. The trip started off as a vacation, as a celebration for my birthday. And also, I always told you that I wanted to go to Africa, and you basically made it happen just like that. Within days, I think you had already booked the tickets, but you had other plans, and the birthday turned into a surprise proposal. What made you decide that now was the right time to propose?
There's an African saying that says, where there is love, there is no darkness. And when you find the one, you know, from the aspect of my being in your presence and just looking at you, I couldn't find any other beautiful woman like you are. You are the most beautiful woman in the whole world.
Well, thank you, baby. I'm sure there are people who would argue with you, but I won't.
You're my person. You're my other half.
How did you know that?
First of all, how you show up for yourself. The work that you have done in the community speaks for itself. What you stand for, your values, your principles, is just, an alignment. It's hard to find someone like you. You are
I
one
agree
in
with
a
that.
million.
Thank you, baby. It's a bit of a surprise to my family and to, some folks because they're like, wow, that's soon because we have been dating now for 4 months. But that's because we spent also a month together in Africa.
Yeah, the universe, once the universe is in alignment, like myself, my whole universe. And you were the missing piece to complete my life. So
There were people, and let's just say in my world, that were like, wow, that's fast. Proposing after 3 months, basically. I know confidently and concretely why I said yes.
tell me.
I said yes because I know that I have been praying for you. I have been wanting someone who is in alignment with me spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as like just having a vision for our lives together, not just because we look good together, not just because, power couple goals or what have you. And, what's actually really interesting is that for a while I used to chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo for a a partner. I used to think that I wanted a power couple to be in a power couple until, you know, I started experience dating powerful men. The balance of that, it was not something that I wanted. With many powerful men, they want their women to be trophy wives, or, I can't outshine them. I actually let go of the idea of being in a power couple. I just wanted someone who complimented me, who could support me in the purpose that I feel that has been called upon my life. Every person that I have dated, um, really has been like a breadcrumb leading me to you, helping me to, really understand what is it that I truly want in a person. And, in past relationships, I was able to like really, shift and pivot direction very quickly as soon as I could see those parts that were important to me that were missing. And when I met you, it was like you were the missing piece as well because I had gotten off of all the dating apps. I was not interested. I was not looking for a relationship, but I was like chanting that if I were to be in something, let it be something that is really perfectly made for me. And that is how I feel about you. I feel like you were made for me. I feel like the journey that you have gone through to become yourself, to travel the world, through all the challenges that you've been through, reflect my strength and my wisdom that I've gained from traveling such, treacherous terrain.
Mhm.
It was just so easy for me to recognize you when you started to show up. And you showed up in a way that said, you don't have to do this alone anymore. And you've said that to me several times. And just really, I've had to get used to, because I'm such a Sagittarius and such a woman who likes to control things, that I've really had to get used to letting go and taking your lead, and following your lead, um, and trusting you, and trusting that, trusting myself to know that I have chosen well. And I know that I chose well in choosing you. It has been very hard for me, dating wise, to find someone who understood why I cared so much about community, about trans people, about disabled folks, about marginalized communities. It's not only, it's at the center of my spiritual practice, but it's also uh, at the center of my experience as a grassroots organizer. I've always understood none of us are free,
Until all of
until
us are
all of
free.
us are free. And I know that you are interested in liberating ourselves and our people. But most of all, I will say too is, I got really emotional the other day thinking about the fact that you keep referring to me as your queen. And
Yes, you are.
thank you. And, I realized that you coming into my life has also been calling me to my throne as a queen, has been telling me to pick up my crown and wear it in a way in which you see me as the queen that I am. And sometimes, I feel like I'm confident and I'm all these things, but maybe I haven't always walked in a way that a queen should walk. And maybe respond or not respond in a way that the queen should. And you are giving me the space to kind of drop my shoulders, know that I have a king next to me that is helping me with these decisions and helping me, build this vision in this kingdom. You're returning me to myself, like that place where I didn't have to do everything. I didn't have to, I had time to have my nails done, to do my makeup, to be soft. So there's so many reasons, not only the way that you treat me, but I really love you for who you are. Like, I love everything about your story. I love hearing about your power and your strength and your commitment and your drive. You are intelligent. We can have conversation for days and for hours at a time. You teach me new things, so there's so many reasons why I said yes. But most of all, I think that you are everything that I prayed for. And I have done the work to recognize when a blessing has shown up.
On November 28th, I was so nervous. And I kept, like, I got the ring, and and on the plane going to Africa, I kept opening it and looking at it. So I had the flight attendant say, "Oh my God, who is this special, woman?" I said, "Not a woman, a queen." She's like, "Oh my God." So I kept looking at the ring, and the day of, you are sick, and I
I was very, very sick. I had food poisoning. I was in bed all day. Well, not all day, because I was back and forth between the bed and the bathroom. And it was just, I mean, very painful. My stomach was in so much pain. I never felt pain like that again. I'm never eating prawns again. And because I think that's what it was. Other than that, I had really enjoyed everything that I ate, the local food. I enjoyed everything, but I had no idea what you had planned. But I know I had slept through most of it.
I was so nervous because the whole day I had planned, literally every hour.
I believe that, because pretty much every hour of the trip has been planned. As you will see later in some of our other video, we did not waste a single moment. No opportunity was wasted.
No,
No.
no, yeah. So when that moment came, I'm like, is she gonna say yes? Is she gonna be like, babe, wait?
Because originally I knew, like, the reality is I could see in your eyes from the moment we met. I could tell from very soon off what your mind was thinking and what your intentions were. And at some point, you like started verbally saying, one day you're going to be my wife, and I'm like, okay, cool, but let's like, maybe after 6 months, maybe a year, something like that. You're like, baby, no, no, no.
Yeah, why wait for 6 months? I've always done things, my way differently,
Yes. Uh huh.
than what society expects things to be. I've always done, existed beyond society norms, beyond society expectations of how I should behave or how I should be. And this proposal engagement is no difference. If society expect, if you find your love, if you find that one, I mean, babe, we've walked, people have been like, everyone want to hug you, everyone want to touch you, I'm like, I know you're the prize. I know you're my queen. And I know if I wasn't in the picture, there would have been someone there, who would have recognized this. I'm sorry for those, for the exes who missed out, but I'm not letting go. She's my queen forever. We're meant to be.
We are meant to be. And I've always had a vision, and it seems kind of wild. It seems, you know, out out there. And it's interesting because another reason why I knew that you were my person is because I am used to saying I'm a lot. Like, and I know that, to a lot of people out there, like, I'm a lot, okay? I know I might be a lot to deal with. I'm a Sagittarius, independent spirit, strong willed, all these different things, but I also am like very driven. And so I work a lot, I have a lot of ideas. I have ADHD, so like them ideas be coming fast and furious, and so there have been people in my life, I think, over time who have made me feel like I'm a lot. And, even as I have stuck my neck out there a lot and spoken up and, for Palestine and the Congo and Sudanese and talking about white supremacy and all of the injustices that we're experiencing from here in America to Uganda and all around the world. And people can be like, okay, can you chill out a minute? Like, and of course I can chill out. Of course, like, which has been so offensive to me, as if I don't, have these times where I can have fun too. But, those things matter to me. And I know that it's a lot. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of problems in the world, and it can seem like all a lot. And being with you, I immediately felt like and learned that I'm not a lot. I'm not too much for the right person, because you told me that you're built for
For you.
everything that I am and everything that I am bringing. And you told me, again, whatever I need help with, whatever I need help lifting, um, to not hesitate to ask you. And many times I don't even have to ask you. You're just there to help, and you're there to always lift my load. And, that's something I just recognize right away. And it's something that I hope that I can mirror and reflect for you, and not just be caught up in my own things, but also be there to support your dreams.
And I'm really grateful for the trust and for the opportunity, to be a part of your life. I know who you are. I know what it takes, and I know what every minute, every second I spend with you, it is worth a lifetime. So I really don't take it for granted. I stand on shoulders of great kings. I stand on shoulders of great healers, and there is a purpose within me that only needed someone of your caliber to be grounded, to have the deeper roots that it's supposed to have. So it's an honor. of you. They're watching you, proud of how you treat yourself, how you take good care of yourself, and how you persevere. And 45, you're no longer doing it alone. There with you. And I just pray that, your 45 no longer language, it vibrates with you. Five. I like to know what they everything that is coming.
Oh, someone is cutting onions. Someone is cutting onions.
Thank you. I love you. The greatest gift, I have just been very focused on what matters. And joy matters, and you are like a bundle of joy, all the time. Like I see it in your family and the way they smile. It's the same kind of joy, the same kind of laughter. You bring all of that back into my life when I have kind of lost a little bit of joy just in the struggle of faith.
You're the only one that I could sell. I give you my heart, my love, my body, and my head.
Thank you.